Okay, step number 6 is very important because we're going to talk about the skills that are going to make you money. If you remember the beginning stage, number 1, we spoke about your skills. And when you exchange skills, you're going to, in return, make money. So the level of skills that you have right now is exactly going to equal how much money you're making. Now, if you don't like the amount of money you're making, the first thing you got to focus on is improving your skills. So let's begin. To become a top producer, you must continually improve your sales skills. So you need to start working on your sales skills, and I'm going to explain exactly what that is. Now, the reason that you want to really work on your skills and improve is that you will never be able to earn above your skill level. A top producer that makes 500 deals a year is obviously better at sales skills than someone who does 10 deals a year. You agree on that, right? So, which means that your income really equals the level of skills which you have. The more skills you have, the better you get at the listing presentation, for example, the more listings you're going to get. So you must be fully devoted to the process and to be focused on developing and improving your sales skills. What do you really need to do in order to develop skills? First of all, you got to devote specific time daily to improve your sales skills. Okay, your production will reflect exactly your level of skills. So you want to make a commitment to improve daily, and you're going to understand developing skills is a process that takes time and dedication. So the first thing is you got to make the time for it. So you got to schedule it. You got to build it into your schedule to improve skills. How do you do that? First of all, let's talk about which skills you need to have. So you got to develop skills in lead generation, which is really prospecting, booking appointments. You need to be a superly duper lead generator. If you're not going to be able to generate your own leads and you're going to be sitting there waiting for your brokers to hand you leads, or doing floor time, or sitting in an open house and waiting and praying that someone's going to come in, you're going to quit the business very quickly. So you got to develop skills in prospecting, got to develop skills in the lead follow-up. When you get a lead, okay, when you create your own lead, you need to then follow up on the lead to create an appointment. And then once you book an appointment, you need to pre-qualify. So you need to have pre-qualifying skills in order to pre-qualify the lead. And then you need to have skills in presenting. So your listing presentation or your buyer's consultation meeting, you got to be outstanding with your listing presentation. You need to be a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10, okay? And it takes time to get there. You need to work on it. Another thing you got to learn is handling objections. So you need to bring yourself to a point where every single objection that you're going to be facing in the listing presentation, when the seller is objecting to the price or the seller is objecting to your commission, you really need to know how to handle that with ease, with a smile, and be able to maneuver through all these objections and get the listing. Another thing is you need to develop skills in closing. You got to be able to close when it's time to close. You need to develop skills in negotiating contracts. You need to develop skills in versatility and personality style. So you need to change how you are to fit the person in front of you and build rapport quickly. These are advanced skills that you learn, and it takes time and devotion for you to be able to go to that level. And then, of course, time management. You need to have time management skills. You need to respect your schedule. You need to be able to create a schedule and follow a schedule. And then, of course, you need people management skills to be able to build a team and hire people. And you need to also be able to manage your production. So all of these skills should be developed as you go through the process of learning. You need to memorize and internalize the language using scripts and dialogues, okay? Memorizing scripts and dialogues takes time, okay? For example, for sell by owner, when you call it for sell by owner, you need to know what to say. You need to know how to handle the objections. Expired listings, when you're calling expired listings or you're going to go door knocking on expireds, you got to know what to say. Also, sphere of influence and past clients, when you're calling investors, when you're calling buyers, when you're calling other realtors, negotiating deals, right? When you do door knocking, okay, when you go in your farm, you do farming, all that stuff, you gotta know the language, you gotta know what to say. Another skill you gotta develop is a follow-up. You need to memorize and internalize the scripts and dialogues for following up with buyers, sellers, and investors. You need to know what to say when you're scheduling qualified appointments. You have to follow a strict callback schedule. You got to be consistent. You got to be on time. When you tell a seller, I'm going to call you tomorrow at 5 p.m., you got to call them tomorrow at 5 p.m. So all of those skills should be developed, okay? The next one is pre-qualifying leads. You need to be able to know how to pre-qualify leads and pre-qualify an appointment, okay? And you got to pre-qualify 100% of the buyers, sellers, and investor appointments, and you got to know the language that is needed to do that. Okay, let's talk about presenting. You got to know, you need to understand and internalize the language that you must use in a listing presentation, which includes all the listing presentation A to Z. I teach you a listing presentation should take you between 25 minutes to maybe 30 minutes, and then handle objections. Okay, so A to Z, we're covering about 30 minutes. You got to know it, you need to understand it, you need to internalize the language and know it by heart. You also need to know, understand, and internalize the language you must use in a buyer's consultation, a buyer presentation, when you meet with buyers to sign exclusive buyer agreements. Okay, another thing is handling objections. You need to know, understand, and internalize language, the language you're going to use when you handle objections. And when you're negotiating the selling process, like with buyers, with sellers, with investors, and with other realtors, you need to know what to say. So I suggest you to attend the Listing Presentation Mastery Bootcamp. Now, these bootcamps are designed to show you specifically, step by step, how to do a listing presentation. And I'm also going to cover that in the listing presentation video here in this program. Okay, we spoke about versatility. Versatility means more business, okay? Because you're going to be able to build rapport with a lot more people than you are able to do now. To be versatile is to understand every personality style within the DISC profile, okay? We have the driver, the expressive, analytical, and amiable. So we got to teach you each one of those, and I'm going to talk about it later on in the program. So you want to definitely watch the video at step 24 on profiling and attend the DISC profiling bootcamp. Okay, the next one is time management. You want to understand really how to schedule yourself and make every activity focused on profitability. So everything you do throughout the day is always focused on getting you leads, converting the leads into appointments, and going on appointments to get agreements signed. So that's really what you should focus on. You also need to learn how to divide your day into A, B's, and C activities, and then B's and C's will be delegated to your assistants and those that are going to join your team in the future. Also, time management skill is knowing how to book an appointment with a seller or with a buyer at the times that work best for you versus at the time that works best for them. So you really need to know how to maneuver through the conversation, bringing them to agree to meet you at the times that you're available. And then people's management, you need to really understand how to manage activities. You need to understand the hiring process. You need to understand the training process, how to train your employees, how to train the agents that work in your team. And you need to understand the retaining process, how to retain these people and keep them working with you, which we'll talk about in the 5 times your business training event. All right, that's it for step number 6. We covered all the skills you need to develop, and I'm covering step by step throughout this program. So I'm going to see you at step 7.